Hi guys, welcome back to Jared Gunston TV. Today we're going to be building a quick patch in the GT-1000 core as well as the GX-100 using a built-in IR, probably a 4x12, and we're going to see just how different they both are. Alright, so if we come here to the desk or the desktop, I've got BTS for the GT-1000 core loaded up. If I go into input settings, you can see I've got a plus 3 dB for my Amaris guitar, which is this one. By the lovely Elaine Smith AS guitars. So that's the input. If we load up the GX-100 software and I go into input settings, where are the input settings on this? Oh, it's its own button, isn't it? There we go. Input Amaris plus 3. It's on recording mode. The output, that's just a volume thing. I adjust that anyway. But over here you can have a look at the global EQ. Now if we bring up this and then we go, this is the GT-1000 core again. Sorry, I'm always going to the wrong thing. If we go into output settings, we can see we've got a low cut of 80 and a high cut of 8. Low cut of 80, high cut of 8. We're adding one at we're adding 1 dB of low gain, and then we're cutting 3 dB of 2.5 at an 8Q. 1 low, 2.5, 8Q minus 3. 2.5 minus 3, 8. We got high gain of plus 4 and 0. High gain, where is high gain? Oh, this is for science, so I'm probably allowed to put these back on. High gain, plus 4, there it is. You were probably screaming and shouting at me the whole time. This is on a plus 4, what is this on? I can't remember what this is on. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I'll balance out the levels if there is a difference. So I'm currently plugged in to the Boss GT-1000 core. We are getting a clean sound that sounds like this. Now if I just move the mic over into the GX-100, we're getting a clean sound like this. Roughly the same thing. And now I'm going to mute the mic and just quickly dial up an amp. And now moving along, I'm just going to go into the master IR section and I'm going to turn this on to 4x12 number 1. I never liked the 57, I always liked one of these two, 451. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. 451, 4x12, let's go short and let's about 6 centimeters. Actually, you know what? I'm changing my mind. Let's not go for boutique. That's so easy to do. Everyone does boutique. Let's rather go for something more like a recti. Now, obviously, straight away, you are going to be hearing a little bit of noise. So let's just do a 50% noise gate. Shoop, gone. There's a bit of low cut, but I don't want to cut the bass on the amp because even if I was playing with a real amp, I would want my bottom end there on stage. Let's maybe bring an EQ in. Let's do a low cut of, say, 100. Say about 250, or no, 160 is the number we're looking for. 8 minus 3. Nothing else is on. No. And high cut of, I'd always double cut my high cut. Let's hear what this sounds like. Still getting a little bit of low-end woofle. And turn that up just a little bit. I normally like it around 70, but I'm not going to go extreme with it. Let's do that up to 120. Maybe open up this Q a little bit more. Let's hear this. So we're going to go with that. Let's just write that so I don't lose anything. So let's start with a noise gate. Where are you, noise gate? I seem to have an issue with this piece of software. Clicking and dragging. Oh, never mind. Now it works. 65. Okay. Then we got a Recti amp, 93 gain, 6 and minus 4. Maybe the key that I wasn't doing when I wanted to drag in is to click and hold till you get that square. Let's go Recti stack, 93. Sag was what, minus, was it minus 4? No, it was plus. Plus 6 minus 4. Minus 4. 50, 39. Okay, 50 level. 39, 56, 46. 39. I've already forgotten the numbers. 39, 56, 46. 56, 46. Level was 50. Where is level? 50. Presence 24. I do, by the way, I do enjoy the software. The mouse wheel is a little bit more on the dot. Middle, there's nothing there in solo. And just to show you, we are using a 4x12 and we will put both of these on 4x12s just in case. It was CND 51, short, and 6. Okay. We're using a, I don't know if we can move the, oh, wait, no, we can. 4x12. C&D 51, short, and 6. Was there anything else in the amp block? I don't think so. Then we had a parametric EQ. Let's load in 2. Okay, in the software, you got to wait, click and hold till it does that, then move it in. I was trying to do that, and it wasn't working. Okay, let's do parametric number 1. 125, 0. 125, 0. 164 minus 3. 164 minus 3. Then 1.6 at a 2 plus 4. Is that right? Then high gain and low gain. High gain I did a +1 and a 6.3. +1 and 6.3. Okay, parametric number 2. Please let me know if I made any mistakes. I will double check this though. Flat, 0, 315, 16, 3. I assume it's minus 3. Yeah, then 2K, 8, minus 2. Okay, 0, flat, 0. And that's it. Nothing else. It's at 100, just like the other one is. Okay, so for science, yes, GT-1000. Okay, and now if we plug this into the GX-100 and I turn up my volume, it should be exactly the same. This is the GT-100X with the phones plugged in. This is the GX-100 with the phones unplugged. Did it make a difference? Are you happy now? Obviously I couldn't hear that, so you let me know. Did it make a difference? I'll hear this later. Now, for shits and giggles. Okay, so that's with a 4x12. Let's go with a 2x12 on both. GX-100. All right, and we are now moving over into the GT-1000 core. Let's do the original speaker as well. Maybe there's a difference there. And we are plugged into the GT-1000 core. Into the GX-100. I don't know, the more I'm starting to dive into this, the more I'm starting to think that maybe they got a bit better with their impulse section of the pedal. I'm not quite sure. Loading or the way it understands impulses. If we go back to the desktop, what I want to do now, so you've seen that I've made exactly the same patches. The output settings are exactly the same. Let's now go to that identical BOGNUR V30, which I mentioned that I used. If we go down here, I think it was the fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. BOGNUR V30. And just to be safe, we'll load it there too. BOGNUR V30. We are plugged into the GX-100. Okay, I'm going to talk while I'm moving across here. That to me feels very new. Now that I've gone through the factories and now I've loaded an impulse on the GX100, that sort of a sound feels like I've plugged into a new sort of amp sim that I haven't quite played before. Anyway, that's just going off the top of my head. Now in the GT-1000 core. Okay, all I've done there is added a bit of brightness and 6 on the level. I'm going to do the same thing now on the GT-1000 core. Okay, let's see. Level is 56. 1, 2. What else did I do? 61, 51. And resonance of -7. GT-1000 core. Now there on the GT-1000 core, I had to tone down the top end a bit on the EQ, broadened up the 4K frequency. Now we're going back to the GX-100, and I'm going to tweak this one to ear, and then you can see how I'm having to treat each one slightly different. Anyway, I think that's enough playing around. There is a clear difference between the way that they handle IRs. The built-in impulse responses are not as noticeable. There's a slight difference where the GX feels a bit duller and the GT feels a bit brighter. And I think that's perfect because I've learned some guitarists prefer one or they prefer the other. Like I prefer darker sounding guitars. Not that I play Doom or anything like that. And most of the guys that I interact with prefer higher end frequencies on their guitars. For example, like some guys will play the Fluence pickups. I prefer the EMGs. That's just my opinion. That's just what I'm picking up doing this. And you've seen me build it from the ground up, from a blank patch to what it sounds like now. I mean, this is not really a show-ready tone. I would still go in on both and tweak them a bit further. But I think that gives you a bit of an idea of what the possibilities are of each unit. Now doing the science. That's probably why I'm drawn to the GX-100 a bit more than the GT, because the GT slightly wrong settings on it, and it can get a bit brittle and sharp for my likings. But some of the guys out there probably prefer higher end. Maybe I'm just going deaf. Who knows? Maybe this is all just a big waste of your time. But anyway, thanks for sticking around, guys. Let me know questions, thoughts, alles, all of that stuff. Alles, why did I say that? That's an Afrikaans word that you guys will never understand. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.